If you're homeless and you get in my garbage can and eat expired food, you better think again because there might be a toxic poison on it. Circle K executives go ahead and greenlight this toxic chemical to be put on food before it goes into the garbage to prevent homeless from eating their expired food. Now, they say it's for legal reasons because they say, well, what if a homeless person ate this, expired food and then they went to the hospital, got their stomach pumped and was able to hire an attorney to sue us? Ain't gonna happen. Let's get real. You heard what Fox News just said last week, that they want to do lethal injection, involuntary, on homeless people. And now you've got the executives of Circle K greenlighting toxic chemicals being put on expired foods before they put it in their garbage cans. You know as well as I do that it's something much more sinister. It's the war on the homeless. It is a war on the poor that the United States has let go to this point. Now, we can give for Circle K.
Shalom, shalom. We're back with another lesson. But before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Wadash, to the apostle and elder of the great millstone who rule well. I'd like to get double honor. Shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Well, as you've seen in the video, it says Circle K is putting poison over their expired food to keep the homeless from digging in the trash can and just getting them something to eat. Now this is beyond wickedness, man. This is beyond evil, beyond depravity, because if it's expired, what business does it concern you that the homeless people are eating? I mean, it's already in the garbage can. At this point, they already know where it got to be bad because they didn't throw it out. And most of the time, the food don't be bad. It just is. I done worked in fast food for a while, so I understand whole days. Well, whole time. It might be good for an hour or 2 or 3. Then they'll just throw the food away. And they'll write it down as a cost so that the store understands that the food was thrown away and wasn't given away or taken, and it's still on the books. But this is just pure wickedness, to take that food that you consider ain't no good and pour poison all over it just to keep homeless people from eating it. This shows you why this place got to go, because they have no respect even for the poor of their people, basically the poor of this nation, to just take the food and throw it away. Like, man, just let the people have the food. You're not gonna do anything else with it. If they go in there and get it to eat just to survive, then let them do it. It's not hurting you. It's already been paid for. It's already on your books as waste. You still, it's not being stolen. You know it's there. But that shows you the wickedness of Babylon the Great to even want to come up with something like that, man. All right, let's get into these scriptures. We're going to start here first, Proverbs 14:31. He that oppresses the poor reproaches his maker, but he that honoreth him has mercy on the poor. And we can tell whoever the owner of Circle K is have no honoring for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Whether they're a Jake or of another nation, it doesn't matter. Because to put poison on food just to keep homeless people from eating it, the poor from eating it, is wicked work, man. They become a reproach of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai by doing this. Matter of fact, let's get that word reproaches. Because that's something that really don't have to be done, but they choose to do it anyway. What they was? Salaki, slipped my mind. 14:31. Get that word reproach, because they can just literally let the people have the food. It's been marked up. You know it's there. It's not stealing. All right, this is reproach. Strong H 2778.
Strong's H 2778. Charaf.
The outline of biblical use. to reproach, to taunt, to blaspheme, to defy, to jeopardize, to rail, to upbraid, to reproach, to defy, to taunt. Man, it's crazy. So basically it's saying they're taunting the Most High by not giving the poor the food, because we know Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi, one of his things is helping the poor, helping the needy, especially of your people. Giving them help. It shows faith. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi shows favor to that person that does that kind of thing. But we see these people do the exact opposite by trying to find a way to keep the poor from even eating, man. Eating food that they already thrown away and feel like it's no good anymore. I mean, if it was still good, why would you throw it away? But like I said, it shows you the wickedness of Babylon the Great and the corporation to even come up with an idea to just pour poison all over the food so the homeless can't eat. But the Lord got a warning for those kind of people, man. He don't take too kindly to that. This is Proverbs 19 and 17. He that had pity on the poor, lending unto the Lord. See? You don't remember, it says he that don't help the poor become a reproach. They taunt the Most High. But he that had pity on the poor, lend unto the Lord. And who wouldn't want to be in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi good graces? Especially if you're a business owner. That's spiritual wealth you saving up, man. That means Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi owes you one, and you know he's going to repay it. Matter of fact, it says this later on in the scripture. And that which he have given, will he pay him again. See? When you give to the poor, you help the poor. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi sees that. That brings joy to him, and he's going to pay that back to you. But as we see these people, they don't care two shit about helping the poor. If you're just going to pour poison on it over food that you consider thrown away, on food that you call waste, which is a sickening mindset, man. Because that don't even have to be. You could easily give that food to the poor, man. You could easily make their day. You don't even have to throw it in the trash can. You're like, look, man, I know you're hungry. Here, take this. Go ahead, we about to throw it away. It's no good no more anyway. Be helpful and lend to the poor, as the Lord say. And you'll set up spiritual wealth with him. But we know the people here in Babylon, the land of confusion, always do the exact opposite. That's another reason why this place has to be destroyed, man. For a place that said they follow the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi, it sure doesn't look like it to me. Slaki. You see? We're going to go here. This is 1 John 3. And we're going to start at verse 17 in the AMP. But whosoever has this world's good, adequate resources, and sees his brother in need, but has no compassion for him, how does the love of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi lives in him? Question mark. Yeah. Because you know the people in Babylon love to say they love God. Oh, I'm a God-fearing man. We God-fearing over him. Well, how's you God-fearing? And Lord say show compassion to the poor, to your brother in need. And the first thing you do is say, nah, we ain't going to do that. We're going to pour some poison over and throw it in the trash can. That's the kind of love they have here, man. It's sick. Just plain wicked, man. They don't even love themselves, as the scriptures say. To he who is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? And we see these corporations are evil to themselves. So you know they're not going to be good to anyone else, because they don't even have compassion. They don't even know the meaning of the word. That's why Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi, when the time comes for judgment day, not going to have any compassion on them. Verse 18, little children, believers, dear ones, let us not love merely in theory, with words or with tongues, giving lip service to compassion. And we know that's what this place do. They give lip service. As you seen, They were like, well, we put the poison on them because what if they eat the expired food and they get sick, then they go to the hospital, get their stomach pumped, then they sue us. We doing it to protect them. No, you're not. You're not doing that to protect them. You just being evil and wicked. The Lord hate to see lip service, man. If you're going to give them the food, just give it to them. But like I said, they lack compassion. So they don't see any ways of helping these people or helping them out knowing that they're hungry. They just want to really see people suffer, especially in Babylon the Great. But in action and in truth, in practice and in sincerity, because practical acts of love are more than words. Yeah. Practical acts of love are more than words to Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. You can say whatever you want, but your actions always count for what you do. I can tell you, hey, I'll be over there to help every time you ask me. But if I never come, guess what? That shows you I never really wanted to help you. So if you're going to sit there and say, yeah, we're doing it for their sake, or we're giving, because it'll be these kind of companies that go through and give money to charity, which we know that charity go right back to them. Or to some other company, they just put money. It never go to the poor and needy. But it looked good on paper. It looked good for the TVs. See, these people don't have no love for anybody. Like I said, not even themselves. But they don't realize it's the will of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai that they even got those riches. As it said in 1 Samuel 2:7. The Lord make it poor and he make it rich. So any of them can be in this same situation if Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai so chooses. So why not show love while you can, so if you ever get down, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai can return that love back to you. But we live in a wicked place that love doesn't exist here. Only wickedness. All right. I'm going to go here, Acts 20:35. I have showed you all things, how that so laboring ye ought to support the weak, and to remember the word of our Lord Yahweh Shai, how he said, it is blessed to give than to receive. See? You'll be more blessed to give because you're setting, like I said, you're setting up that spiritual currency to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That makes poor and rich. So when you fall on hard time and you need to pull from that spiritual bank, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai be there for you. But these wicked ass people, all they know is to take. And as you seen, they will not give. I mean, no, not nothing. To say you're going to put poison on food that you're throwing out. That's wickedness, man. And I hope that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai put the spirit on those people who working at those stores, not to put the poison on there and just throw it out or give it to the homeless anyway. Just to be in spite of their evil ass. This is why Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai has to destroy this place. They love to talk about God is love and Jesus is love, and they ain't got none of it, man. They have no love, no compassion for no one. If it ain't about $1, it don't make sense to them. And it's all just wickedness. And we're going to end out here in Leviticus 19, 9 and 10. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of thy fields, neither shalt thou gather the gleaning of thy harvest. And thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of the vineyard. Thou shalt leave them for the poor and the stranger. I am Yahweh your power. See, you supposed to leave food for the poor, for those who are less fortunate. That is the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's showing love. That's showing the compassion that he said he wanted to see. But like I said, this place don't have it. So instead of gleaming their vineyard, they take everything in sight just to keep the poor from having. That's why Yahweh Bashim Hawashai is going to end up taking everything from them and ultimately burning this place to a powdery pope. But that's all I had on that. I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Hawashai. Shalom.